Hey love, thank you for joining me. I've been feeling called to speak on this topic for some time. I'm just gonna go ahead and share my story with you all. I've just been feeling it weighing heavy on my heart. So today I want to talk a little bit about jealousy. And sometimes jealousy can be obvious and sometimes it's a little bit more complicated. And today I'm talking about a subject that has taken me some time to realize that jealousy is really what I'm feeling and how I'm working through that. So keep watching if you want to hear my story. Even as a little kid, I have always been somebody who has kind of a mothering spirit. This is something that many people have told me, from people who have known me as a little girl to friends that I have now. This is just something that's been a part of my spirit. When I was a little girl, I played with dolls a lot and especially played with them as if they were my babies. So I had like a little Hulk Hogan action figure that I would carry around everywhere, and I'd called him my baby, and I would bathe him and feed him and just carry him everywhere. He was my baby. Even as a teenager, I remember telling my friends, I want to have kids really young, and they were like, what? Why are you thinking about that? It's just something I knew I wanted. I love motherhood. I love pregnancy. I love birth. I want to be a part of it all. And I feel like a lot of women look at me like, well, you just don't know what you're talking about. So of course you think all that stuff is magical. Yeah, sure. I'm sure that's true. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I want to. I want the pregnancy. I want to do it all. I want to give birth without any drugs. That's like me right now, speaking as a person who is not actually pregnant, but that's the kind of experience I want to have. I want to feel it. I want to be a part of the process. And I think that in some ways recently I've started to really be able to come to terms with like motherhood is something I've always wanted for myself, and it almost feels like my purpose, what I'm meant to do, what I want in life, my big dream. And that feels kind of 1950s, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like for a while I haven't quite wanted to admit that that was what it was, because I felt like that diminished me as a woman, because I have so much of a desire to be a mom and to stay home with my kids. But this topic came up to me recently because Mother's Day was about a week ago, and these past few years I've really noticed how my energy is around moms and celebrating moms, and especially Mother's Day. And it's hard for me. I mean, I have a lot of friends, sisters, and my sister-in-laws. I really enjoy celebrating their motherhood, but there's this feeling I get of jealousy. It comes up because I'm in a queer relationship, so procreating becomes something that's much more complicated than just me and my spouse. We have to call to outside resources, do a lot of planning, legalities, finding somebody who is willing to share this experience with us but not parent the child. Like, these things are very complicated. It's made it so that my wife and I have an extra hurdle or challenge, if you will, to overcome when it comes to us having a family. I've always felt really frustrated. So when I see friends of mine getting pregnant, or family, all the heterosexual people in my life, or people who are in hetero relationships at least, you know, they just have as many babies as they want, or, you know, accidentally get pregnant. Oh, surprise, we got pregnant. And then when the child becomes like a burden or like a complaint that like, oops, we didn't mean to get pregnant and this is going to be so hard for us. That's really hard for me. I feel this awful feeling of jealousy, and I can't stand that. That frustrates me that my emotions take me there, because at the end of the day, I just want to be happy for the people around me who are able to experience this joy of having a child and of parenthood. I spent years being really upset about this. I spent a lot of time crying, complaining, really questioning like the universe of like, why have I been put in this situation when this is something that I feel that is calling to my spirit, that is like who I am. Recently, like about a year ago maybe, I realized that the feelings I was having was jealousy. I guess I knew to a certain extent before that it was jealousy, but what I started to realize is that I have all these pent up feelings of resentment and jealousy for not getting what I want when I want it. And for a long time I blamed it like, this is unfair. It's taken me some time to realize this, and I'm still coming to terms with this and trying to like live it. But I'm understanding now that I'm not meant to be a parent right now. There are things that I still need to learn. There are things that I still need to establish for myself so I can be the kind of parent that my child will need. I still don't even know how to take care of myself. This is no shade to a parent who is figuring themselves out. We're all still learning how to take care of ourselves. And I know a lot of people do get into pregnancy by accident, and I have no judgment on that. It's just a feeling of jealousy because I can't accidentally get pregnant. Like, I need to pay extra money, make extra plans, and have a whole other person involved in order for me to have a family. And that's, it's a little bit daunting, and it's a little bit overwhelming knowing that it takes a lot to raise a child. People say, oh, it costs a lot to have a kid. It takes a lot of energy. Your life is gonna be over. It's not just that commitment for me. It's also all the extra things that come with having a baby in a queer relationship and having a known donor or a donor at all, and all of the legalities and complications that come with that. I get really jealous of like the simplicity of being able to make love and make babies. Sometimes it's just painful to talk about because sometimes I'm so confused about why it has to be so complicated for me when this is the person I love. But I think what I've really learned from it all is that jealousy is just wanting something that somebody else has. And when you think about where that jealousy is coming from, you're able to kind of process to an extent what it is you can do in your life to welcome that in more. For me, that has to do with embracing it, being that auntie. I love all my nieces and nephews, all my friends' children so much. Sometimes it's really hard for me to like be so involved and to really love on them, especially supporting the parents, because I feel that jealousy. But I realize that I really need to overcome that because I feel that that's the thing that's holding me back. Maybe this all would be a lot easier for me. Maybe my family would come into fruition faster if I wasn't holding on to that jealousy and putting up that block. It's so easy for us to want to rush into life. Growing up, my mom always said to me, Kinga, why are you always rushing to grow up? It's like I'm rushing to get to that point where I have babies and I have a family. I was reading an article years ago on getting yourself ready for pregnancy and fertility. One of the things I read has always stuck with me, that many women start to treat their bodies a lot better and start to really take care of their health once they are pregnant or getting ready to have a child. And that's such a shame. We're not taking care of ourselves unless there's a child growing in us. It reminds me, I don't need to be taking care of myself so that I can take care of my children, so that I can be healthy for my children, so that I can be a good place to raise and grow children inside of me. No, I need to learn how to take care of myself, because in order to be a good mother, I need to show my children what it looks like to take care of yourself, to love yourself. I'm so preoccupied with my desire, my dream, my passion for parenthood and children that I'm missing the essence. I'm missing the point. And I feel like that's why I haven't had children yet. That's what the universe is working out for me. I'm still learning how to take care of me. I'm still learning what it even means to love myself. And I know you can't wait to do all of that stuff before you could become a parent. I'm gonna just say, I'm not waiting. Rather, I'm going to acknowledge that I have this time and be grateful that I do. I'm going to make it a goal of mine to start letting go of the jealousy. Because one day you will be a parent. You'll have your time and it is going to be precious, and no more precious than the time you have right now. Instead of rushing into it and feeling frustrated that I don't yet have that opportunity to parent a child, I'm gonna work on just being grateful for the space that I have right now. I've realized that this time is a gift for me to spend with my wife, just us, to get to know them and to be growing in our partnership, in our marriage, and give love to my dog and learn how to take care of my dog, which is going to help me learn how to take care of a child. I'm learning how to parent myself and how to work through all of my biggest challenges so that I don't bring that to my child, so that when I am ready to have my family and the children are ready to be had, I'll be ready for them. That's my point. When it comes to jealousy, I can be jealous of what I don't have, but what I don't have is not meant to be mine right now. Whatever I need, I already have, and whatever I will need will be coming to me. And yes, I cross my fingers and I hope that that's gonna be a family and a bunch of babies, because that's what I want. But I know that what is meant to be for me will be. I know I'm meant to be a mom. I know it's gonna come. I know it's gonna come. Right now is not the time. As much as I dream of being a mom, as much as my heart aches for my children, my unborn children, I know it's gonna happen when it's time. With that, my love, I'm gonna leave you with these last words. What's not yours is not meant to be yours. What is meant for you will come. And if you're worried about why it's not here right now, do the work to figure out what's missing for you so that when that thing comes, you're ready. If anybody else can relate to my feelings, please share them below. I could definitely use some friends to relate to and to talk about this with. If I'm feeling alone, then there must be somebody else out there too that's feeling alone. If you think of anybody else who can relate to this video, please pass it on. You can find me on Instagram at Kinga Gets Her Life, where I share more of my story, and I'd love to touch base with you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more videos, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Love to you and yours.